What's good, YouTube? Hope everybody had a great day. It's your boy Ayezae, back here with another video, man. Reaction video, by the way, man. Hey, I'm gonna get back to making those fun, entertaining videos, but hey, man, it's too cold outside, man. But I mean, that shouldn't matter. I'm gonna get back to those soon, very, very soon. But hey, we got another reaction video right here. 2018 QB class 4 years later. Lamar, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, Josh Rosen. Anybody else you want to name, man? But those four. Those five. Well, those four because Josh Rosen. But hey, let's get to this.
2018. It was a year with one of the most hyped up quarterback classes in recent memory.
Yep.
5 prospects, all unique to one another, were selected in the first round. With skill sets all dramatically different, each prospect received their
Bozo right there.
hate from across the football landscape.
Joshy.
And now, 4 years later, we have a pretty good idea of who's lived up to the expectations and who has not. With the first overall pick, the Cleveland Browns had the choice of any of these guys.
Baker.
With the first pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Baker Mayfield.
Ridiculous, man.
Baker Mayfield was never seen as having the biggest upside of these guys, but with being a 2-time walk-on that turned into a Heisman Trophy winner, he led people to believe that he was the most accurate thrower and best leader of these 5.
Nope, that's why Odell left.
By the end of year 1, he had already been anointed the hero of Cleveland after stepping in to lead the team to their first win in almost 2 years and going on to throw for a then rookie record for passing touchdowns. This was all amongst a head coach and coordinator getting fired mid-season. Year 2 had huge expectations. OBJ was traded to Cleveland, and the team was expected to be a playoff contender.
This team ready for this first one. Third and 4, that's an interception.
2019 was a huge disappointment. Baker regressed, throwing the second most interceptions in the league and had the second worst passer rating in the NFL.
Behind Jameis
There was a lot of
Winston.
blame to go around, much of which went on to the poor schemes created by the coaching staff. This led to another coach being fired, and John Dorsey, the GM who drafted Baker, was fired.
Why Baker look like Mr. Monopoly
Year
man
3
right
felt
there?
like a make or break year for Baker, and with new head coach Kevin Stefanski, things looked the best they ever had.
Yep.
An offense that felt more suited to Baker's skill set led to an 11-5 record, the best stats of Baker's career, and the team's first playoff appearance in almost 2 decades. Again, expectations shot through the roof for 2021. Just like 2019, things fell way short.
Odell's got to go. You got to get him up out of here. There's no reason on earth for him to be a Cleveland Brown. And I blame Baker Mayfield.
The Odell's father, and Baker drama were the low point of a disastrous year. Couple that with the fact that Baker put together the worst season of his career, and this left fans feeling like the Browns took a step backwards. Questions and debates surrounding Baker have been a non-stop discussion since midway through the season. And also, with OBJ thriving on the Rams following his release from the Browns, it has only made things worse for Baker. So
Baker looks like a fat bozo, in which he is.
Looks to be right around the average to slightly below average starting quarterback, but his fiery personality makes him incredibly polarizing. So it leads people to praise him too much for a decent performance, and on the opposite end, blaming him way too much for a poor performance or a loss. I have pointed out in a previous video how much Baker's career lines up with Drew Brees early in his career, which does help.
I know he did not just say he's like Brees or Drew.
Give hope to fans out there that this still can work out. But some of his issues, like overcoming his size, poor footwork, and poor mechanics, have been a constant to this point, without seeing much improvement since he was drafted. Now, before we go on to the next quarterback, I'd like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, SeatGeek. What's great makes buying simple. They place these tickets on a scale from code. Let's dive in.
The New York Jets select
Sam Darnold.
quarterback, USC.
Sam Darnold, coming out of USC, was hailed for his intangibles.
Strong arm.
It factor. Where
strong
he
arm
just made
QB.
off-the-cuff type plays that would just wow you.
That can move,
He
too.
also had a legendary grandfather named Dick Hammer. But anyways, out the gate, Darnold had a so-so rookie season. He started off as many rookie quarterbacks do, which was a big-time struggle. But a solid 4-game finish led to hope that he was starting to turn a corner. However, going back to his scouting report, one of his biggest knocks entering the NFL was his recklessness, which led to turnovers. And this problem seems to have been the story of his pro career thus far.
Good enough.
In 4 seasons, his best year was 2019, where he finished 27th in QBR and quarterback rating.
Has 7-6
He's been one of the
record.
most turnover-worthy quarterbacks in the NFL. His most infamous moment comes from a Monday Night Football game back in 2019, where he claimed to have been seeing ghosts after throwing 4 interceptions and losing a fumble in a brutal 33-0 shutout.
Hey man, in my opinion, they ain't really put. It's the Jets, man. They don't really have special weapons. They didn't have special weapons to put around Sam Darnold. I mean, they don't have it neither for Zach Wilson, but Zach Wilson is pretty worse than this guy. Sam Wilson. Wait, who? Zach Wilson. That guy, his vision is god horrendous. Like, that man just be chucking the ball into triple, double coverage and all that. And Sam Darnold was just launching that thing. Like, he was launching it to Robbie Anderson. That's the only person he had, I think. Yeah. I don't know if Jamison Crowder was on there or not yet. But, hey, Sam Darnold, he's still a dog in my opinion. Well, not a dog, but he's an all-right quarterback. Like, he's not bad, but...
He was traded to Carolina after 3 years in New York, and there he continued to struggle before being injured and placed on IR for most of the season. As of now, it seems unlikely that we'll ever see Darnold become even a decent starter in the NFL. No one really knows if a team's going to commit to him long term, since he struggled to put together even a decent season to this point.
With the 7th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Josh Allen, quarterback, Wyoming.
Josh Allen was beloved by many scouts because he showed off freakish arm talent.
99 throw power.
Draft. He easily had the biggest upside of all these prospects. However, there were some red flags, like the fact that he completed
accuracy was terrible. I tell people all this time. All the time. He was just arm strength. His accuracy was terrible. What happens? He gets Stephon Diggs, his accuracy goes up. His accuracy was god horrendous. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Ravens fan. Josh Allen is now better than Lamar Jackson. But I'm telling you, remove Stephon Diggs from that situation, in my opinion, Josh Allen is not what he is right now on the Bills. He's not. Lamar Jackson still cakewalk as the best QB out of 2018. He's guaranteed the second best behind Josh Allen. Give Lamar some weapons. Who knows what could happen? Because Lamar Jackson was better before Josh Allen got Stephon Diggs. But hey.
And he seemed to have regressed in his last season there. But the Bills, who were fresh off their first playoff berth in nearly 20 years, felt they had the pieces around him to make it work. At first, he looked more like a bust. He clearly wasn't ready to be an NFL quarterback as a rookie. But his versatility with...
But what Lamar do? Stepped in for an MVP quarterback when he got injured, and what did he do? He won 6 straight and got him in the playoffs. The last QB taken in that 2018 NFL draft, well, not the last, but the last one taken in that first round, got to the playoffs first. 10-6 record. Come on now. Don't play with Lamar Jackson. Like, look at this. Come on now. Stop playing with El Freaky, man. Stop playing with El Freaky. Back with it. Let's start this back up.
able to run the ball, showed the NFL world that he did have the talent. Following his rookie season, he started looking more and more like an NFL quarterback, improving in completion percentage and passer rating.
He got Stephon Diggs!
Season, the Bills made the playoffs. That's where we saw that legendary wildcard matchup between him and Deshaun Watson. Although they lost, Josh Allen was undeniably fun to watch and was improving. He took things to the next level in 2020. His near MVP level performance led to 37 passing touchdowns to only 10 interceptions. The team finished with a division best 13-3 record, and Josh Allen had officially arrived. From there, he managed to win his first 2 playoff games before getting stumped by the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. 2021 was another excellent season for Allen, managing to become the first quarterback in NFL history to throw for over 4,000 yards and rush for over 750. Then, after reaching the playoffs for the 3rd straight season, they obliterated the Patriots in one of the greatest performances you'll ever see. This led to the rematch versus the Chiefs, and this time, the game did not disappoint. Both quarterbacks were electric. The scoring at the end of the game was video game-like, and ultimately, the game was pretty much decided by a coin flip. Despite losing, Josh Allen has proven that he's the real deal.
This is where I can say that he certified was better than Lamar Jackson. But the fact that Stephon Diggs only has 7 yards.
Watch play out over the future.
With the 10th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft,
We don't even got to hear about this man for real. I should have skipped this.
select Josh Rosen.
This man's a bozo.
There were 9 mistakes made ahead of me, and I will make sure over the next decade or so that they will know that they made a mistake.
Bro is not even in the league. He's not even in the league.
With great footwork and being excellent from the pocket, Rosen was seen as a very pro-ready quarterback prospect. But in his rookie season with Arizona, he struggled mightily. He finished dead last in QBR, and things were so bad that Arizona wound up with the #1 overall pick and saw a better quarterback option in the draft in Kyler Murray, and they decided to trade Rosen to the Miami Dolphins. Once he got to Miami, Rosen was eventually benched due to poor performance, and he's really not seen that much action since then. Amazingly, he's been on 4 teams in 4 seasons. In his brief action during the 2021 season, he didn't look so great. Now, in some ways, Rosen did get screwed over with some poor coaching and team management. This obviously would put a major halt on your progress as an NFL quarterback. But as it played out, by far, Rosen has been the least successful of any of these 2018 first-round quarterbacks.
With the 32nd pick in the
That's better. El Freaky!
2018 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Lamar Jackson.
Coming out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson was one of, if not the most athletic quarterback prospect of all time, even more so than his pro comp Michael Vick. But because of a rather undeveloped passing game, he fell to the bottom of the first round. After flashing potential in limited action as a rookie, Lamar put together one of the greatest single seasons
Only MVP out of all of them
in 2019. He threw for over 3,600 yards with 36 touchdowns to only 6 interceptions. Also, when you tack on his incredible 1,200 rushing yards on top of that, you can understand why he won MVP. Now, there's no denying how incredible Lamar has been during the regular season at times. But the one question that looms over his career so far, will he be able to get it done in the playoffs? He's been to the playoffs in 3 separate seasons, but has only managed 1 win. and has been rather ineffective at times, like we saw against Buffalo in 2020. Then 2021 was the first time that we saw injuries catch up to him. Injuries is always a major factor in quarterbacks who run often. So the other question that also looms, will Lamar be able to stay healthy enough to be a reliable option for years to come?
It's not his fault. That was a dirty hit.
He has been one of the most entertaining players in the league and has certainly played at an elite level at times. So in wrapping up this video, this class pretty much gave us a little bit of everything. Here was the order in which these 5 were drafted. And now, here is where I'd say
Lamar should be one.
Come out. In last, Josh Rosen.
Obviously.
At this point, he's been a bust. In fourth, Sam Darnold.
Obviously.
Although he's been better than Rosen, he's been mediocre at best. In third, Baker Mayfield.
Obviously.
Who comes out as the most average of these 5.
See, look, I already know how he's about to put this. He's about to put Josh Allen number 1. He's going to put Lamar Jackson number 2. But like I said earlier in the video, Josh Allen got Stephon Diggs, got blessed with Stephon Diggs. But Lamar Jackson was better. Lamar Jackson was better with Marquise Brown. He won MVP with Marquise Brown, who everybody say Marquise Brown is terrible. That's the same year Josh Allen got Stephon Diggs. And what happened? Lamar got MVP. Josh Allen didn't. So, but hey.
Some good and some bad. And second, Lamar Jackson. He did win the MVP, but we haven't seen much playoff success from him. And we've seen his effectiveness decrease since that MVP season. And then coming out on top, Josh Allen is a full-fledged superstar. He is the only one of these 5.
So what you trying to say, bro? You trying to say Lamar Jackson's not a superstar?
To reach the AFC Championship game, and he has shown steady improvement throughout his career.
Those first downs is that long drive that was a quick run, and they go deep. They got him out.
Alright, I'm not gonna see this. He must be a Bills fan. But hey, man. Hey, man. Until the next reaction video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man. Hey, we out, man.